Hey there, Libra Sun, Libra Moon, Libra Rising. Welcome to your Astro Dice reading. Ooh, we're going to talk about you. We got the first house of you going on here. This is your personality. This is the way you meet and greet the world. This is sometimes your physical body. So that's something to keep in mind. We've got Cancer. This is about bringing things into balance and nurturing and yourself and others. It's around the home, and we have Jupiter. Jupiter is in Taurus, but on Saturday, the 23rd, and I think this you receive, so it'll be tomorrow from when you get this video, we'll be moving into Gemini. Jupiter and Gemini will trine your sign. That is a nice flow of energy that's very supportive. Cancer energy squares yours. That's a little bit more difficult, a little more challenging. Sometimes it's very motivational. So let's see what else we got going on here. You have a lot. All right, we've got the card of the card. We've got that is a cardinal coming in. That I have two of them. That one is Ozzy. Ozzy is always very chirpy. He brings the joy and the happiness of self love. And we have this little trinket of love that showed up here. We also have the dog that's rolled over on his back and wanting to get his belly scratched. And so very much that energy right there. We have the butterfly, a huge butterfly. Some of these are small. This one's so big. The butterfly of transformation. We have the little bunny that's sitting there. He's ready to rock and roll. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. And we have, what is this? What is this? Oh, it's a little bear. Oh, it's a koala bear with a bear on it, right? So again, it's that fourth house, that Cancer energy. Sorry, that Cancer energy, not fourth house, but Cancer energy of nurturing. It's the mothering energy. We've got the dragonfly of transformation. Okay, so butterfly of transformation is about things in the 3D. It's around financial, anything you want to change, like with your physical body or anything like that. But the dragonfly is always spiritual transformation. So you have both coming on at the same time. We have this nurturing energy. We have, it looks like an adult and a baby swan. And so again, we have that nurturing energy, the little heads together, a little heart-to-heart situation. So lots of mothering, nurturing energy here. We've got tools. Wow, okay, it's got an axe, a pickaxe, I don't know, something else there. So it's about building something, and we have the moon and the stars. But this one's a shooting star. So Libra, that south node in your sign has been working you over pretty good. It's been asking you to let this thing go, let that thing go. It's about creating space to build something new. And you have the tools coming in here, right? But it's also a time where you want to remember to relax and enjoy when you can, to nurture and care for yourself and those around you. But also to focus on, what do you want to transform? What's new? What's next? What is the commitment that you want to make in your heart to what it is that you want to do next, right? And so in the area of resources, we have the flowers here. And the flowers are about what is joyful and what is happy. And so your resources are your time, it's your money, it's your love, your emotional energy, right? It is the time that you spend on things. It is, it's interesting. I feel like it's time. Are you taking care of yourself? Are you giving yourself enough? Are you giving to the people that matter to you enough? And so knowledge and wisdom, also that passing down of the wisdom and knowledge to the next generation, whether you're a teacher and you're teaching, right, if you're in academics, or if you're a parent and you're teaching your children, or if you are a boss and you're teaching your employees. There's a passing down of knowledge that comes through here that needs to be done in a very loving manner, which you're a Libra, it probably happens that way naturally for you anyways. Anxiety is really draining your energy here. In the house of the mice, we've got the family tree, and this is the overall energy. And so there's something about the root system. It's like almost as though you're worried about your children. You're worried about those that you need to take care of. Or you could be worried about your parent, right? It could be that, what do we have here? We've got Cancer, so the energy of the mother. You could be in that sandwich generation where you're taking care of both the parents and the children, right? And you're in the middle there. And that could be creating a lot of stress, taking things out of balance. You're waiting for information, and it's creating, or you've just received information, but it's creating a block or an obstacle. No, you need the information. Sorry. Here we go. You're seeking information up here. The book is closed, waiting for this information. So whether it is a test result, maybe from a doctor, or which college is your kid going to get into? So how are you going to be able to afford whatever they decide to do, or you decide with them to do, however that works? Something about waiting on this information. And it really could be around health because of this tree here. But it's also something about growth. Something's not growing the way you want. And the clarity will come, though, because we have the mountains here and what's going to transform. And the outgoing card here is, there's a lot of clarity going on. So here in the action to take, it's a higher perspective. So I believe you get the information, it expands your viewpoint, and allows you the opportunity to look over a situation to see what really needs to happen. But I just want to say, move through this with love. Make the decision based on what goes on in your heart. Like how, sometimes we get information and there's a very calculated way of looking at it, and then there's a heart-centered way of looking at it. And I really want to encourage you to do the heart-centered way. Because here you are in the heart, you're waiting to go, but you're waiting on this news and this information, and you feel very committed to this process. The key here is the commitment. Once you make the decision, going with it. And so I feel like the decision-making process is waiting on some more information. In Libra, you sometimes struggle with analysis paralysis as it is. Like I could do it this way, or I could do it that way. If I do it this way, how's it going to go? Well, wait, maybe if we did it this way. And I think sometimes there's like too many moving pieces. And so if you can raise yourself up and get the bigger picture, because sometimes you can get really into the weeds of the small details, which might be what's happening here. It could be that all the small details you're focused on this detail and that detail and this detail and that detail, and you're missing the larger picture. And so some of the information that you need, it's going to come through your heart space, but it's going to come through your heart space while taking a higher perspective. Here the outgoing card is, she's staring at the stars. Like the stars see the whole solar system, right? From their perspective, it's different than yours sitting here on Earth. And there's a need to kind of almost turn the telescope around. You know, when you're looking and it takes and brings everything in closer, turn it around so it puts everything out further. So you can see more of the landscape, more of what's going on, more of the overall picture. Because the clouds might clear when you get to the top of the mountain, where you can see more. In the area of resources, time, money, emotional, mental, knowledge, wisdom, you have the bouquet. And so they're asking you to choose what brings joy. What brings joy? You're going to transform the situation with a higher perspective and by focusing on overall joy for you, Libra. And even though you have all this nurturing energy and this, it feels like a sense of responsibility, when that dog rolls over and asks you to rub its belly, it's just doing it for the pure joy of it. What would make you feel like you were rolled over on your back and you were getting your belly rubbed? We have regeneration, the orphan, and between worlds. Okay, look. Something has you feeling either out in the cold or like you're leaving somebody out in the cold. And that makes you uncomfortable, right? But this regenerative energy here is that the volcano has, the lava has flowed, and it flowed over this tree, and yet somehow that tree, when the rain comes, it cools down the roots enough and it allows it to start leafing out again. It allows it to regenerate and hold fast. And so here you are. You are between worlds. You are moving from the clouds into the clarity. Flamingos are interesting because they are what they consume. The more of a particular kind of shellfish that they eat, the more flamboyant they are. So careful about what you're consuming as far as food and news and information and people's attitudes, right? So maybe being on your own is the best thing that ever happened to you. And for those of you who have lost a parent, because orphaning, that's parents losing a parent, and with the South Node going through your sign, you may be experiencing this. That is not, major losses like that are not uncommon when the South Node goes through our signs. And so for those of you who have been experiencing that, I'm sending you so much love. But for those of you who feel orphaned or disconnected from your family, but maybe nobody's actually passed, I'm also sending you so much love. And it is up to you whether or not you want to try to reconnect with that family tree, because it's causing you some anxiety over here. So lots going on here. Let's one more thing here. So on Facebook, I pull cards every day and look at the astrology, and we do like an astro weather report intuitively, whatever you want to call it. Well, you have changes, of course you do. And so if you leave a comment here on, if you leave a comment here on YouTube and you remember my Facebook group, you go into the drawing for the free reading I do each month. You've got changes and rise. Like the phoenix rising from the ashes. There's a lot going on here, right? This regeneration. You will rise. South Node's getting ready to move out of your sign. You just have a few more months there. You get a new moon eclipse in your sign, which should be very beneficial coming up. I think October 2nd. So in the meantime, you're between worlds. Just try to get a higher perspective, a wider view, and keep moving forward. Like doing the work, right? You got the toolkit here. Keep doing the work and finding the joy along the way. All right, Libra, you take good care of yourselves. I'll see you again soon.